Okay, welcome to the next lesson, simultaneous equations. So far what we've been solving is equations with one variable, so with just x or with just y. Okay, so simultaneous equations are all about two variables, and two equations. Okay, that's what this is all about. Now, you guys have been doing this topic for a while now, so if you feel like you're comfortable with these questions, so questions such as these, if you're able to solve them, feel free to try the quiz. Okay, if you get 90% or above, great, move on. If not, watch the video, or if you just want more help, watch the video. Okay, so let's get started. The first method we're going to learn is substitution. What substitution is getting a variable all by itself so we can start solving. Okay, so have a read of this question. 3x minus y is 11 and x minus 2y is 7. Okay, so what we're going to do is we've got two equations. Let's first label them. I always like to label my questions just in case. Okay, so what substitution is all about is getting a variable by itself. So example, if I can get x by itself, then I can sub it into the main equation. So let me show you what I mean. So if I rearrange 2, so rearrange, that says rearrange. I'm sorry, I have some bad handwriting today. But if I rearrange 2 and I take 2y to the other side, I can write x is equal to 2y plus 7 because it's a plus 7 here. Okay, so I'm just adding the two together. Okay, or if you guys prefer, I can write it like 7 plus 2y. Maybe that's a bit better for you. Okay, so then what I can do, if I have x by itself, I can sub this into equation number 1. Right, I can sub this into x at the very top equation. So I'm going to replace the x at the very top, the first equation. So it'll be 3 multiplied by 7 plus 2y. Okay, so I took x out and I replaced it with this because they are the same thing. So minus y, so write the rest of the equation down, is equal to 11. Now it becomes what we've been always doing, solving for one variable. Okay, so 7 times 3 is 21, so we expand the brackets pretty much. Plus 6y minus y is equal to 11. And then take 21 to the other side, and then collect the like terms as well. 6y minus y is 5y. 11 minus 21 is negative 11. Okay. Oh no, sorry, my bad. Negative 10. Can't add today. Alright, so negative 10. So what is y equal to? Y is equal to, divide both sides by 5. So y is equal to negative 2. Okay, but that's only half the answer done. Remember, there's two variables we need to solve for. So we need to get x, the value of x as well. So we know that x is equal to 7 plus 2y. And now we know the value of y. So let's sub it in. So x is equal to 7 plus 2 multiplied by negative 2. Okay, so I replace the y with what we got before. Okay, so x is equal to 7 minus 4, which is equal to 3. Because you got x value and you got y value and you're done with the question. Okay, if you don't understand, don't worry, we'll do another question. This, okay, again, using substitution, we have to get a variable by itself. Now, which equation? Equation number 1 or equation number 2 is easier to get a variable by itself? Well, probably this one, because see, that x is by itself. So all I have to do is take 3y to the other side. So then I can say x is equal to negative 5 plus 3y. Okay, so I rearrange this equation number 2 pretty much still. Then I can sub this into equation number 1. So for this x over here. Okay, take that x out and replace it with this. Okay, so I have 3y plus 5. Now, very important when subbing, you notice I did it up here. When you're substituting anything, make sure you put it in brackets. Very important. Okay, that's a big rule you need to follow. So 5 multiplied by negative 5 plus 3y is equal to 11. So all I did was took out this x and replaced it with negative 5 plus 3y. Okay, let's keep going. So I have 3y plus, expand the brackets now. Expand the brackets. 5 times negative 5 is negative 15. 5 times 3y is plus 15. Oh, 5 times, I cannot multiply today to save my life. 5 times negative 5 is negative 25. Okay, sorry about that. So then 5 times 3y is 15y is equal to 11. Okay, so pretty much collect your like terms. So 18y plus 3y are the like terms. 15y plus 3y is turned into 18y. And then take 25 to the other side. 11 plus 25. So then 18y is equal to 36. Divide both sides by 18. Divide by 18. Y is equal to 2. That's it. Oh, is that it? No, we're not done with the question. Because what else do we have to find? We have to find the value of x. Okay, so we know that x is equal to negative 5 plus 3y. Now we know the value of y, so sub it in, sub 2 into it. So x is equal to negative 5 plus 3 multiplied by 2, which is negative 5 plus 6. So therefore we can say x is equal to 1. So y is 2, x is 1. That's your final answer. Okay, so that's substitution. Hope you understand. Why don't you guys have a go yourself? So pause the video and have a go. Okay, hope you guys got the answer correct. These are the answers, so make sure you got them correct. I will go through the bottom one. I will go through this one because I find it's a little bit different. So which variable did you guys make the subject here, or did you get by itself? Is it you go y by itself most likely, right? So equation 1, equation 2, you go y by itself. So how do I get y by itself? Take 3x to the other side. Y is equal to 22 minus 3x. Okay, so then this I need to substitute into the main equation, equation number 1. So I have 6x minus 2 multiply, remember in brackets, 22 minus 3x is equal to 4. Okay, keep going. 6x, expand the brackets, remember it's a negative 2 we're expanding this time. So negative 2 times 2x, 22 sorry, is negative 44. And then negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6x is equal to 4. Remember that's probably you might have made a mistake there if you didn't think about the negative. Okay, let's keep going. 6x are like terms. If you add them together, you get 12x. And then I'm also going to take 44 to the other side by adding plus 44. So 12x is equal to 48. Divide both sides by 12. X is equal to 4. That's it. X is 4 your answer. So then you sub it into this equation to get the value of y. Y is equal to 22 minus 3x. So y is equal to 22 minus 3. What was x? X is 4. 22 minus 12, which is 10. That's it. We're done. Okay. So that's substitution. That's method number 1. There's another method which is pretty useful, is elimination. Okay. So why? Because if you get questions like this, guys, it's hard to get a variable by itself. Let me show you what I mean. If let's say I'm trying to get this y by itself, then what I have to do, 3y is equal to 21 minus 7x, right? And then I would also have to divide by 3. So 21 minus 7x divided by 3, which is pretty ugly. I don't want to do that. I don't like fractions. Like I said, I hate fractions. So instead of using substitution like over here, what we're going to do is instead use this method called elimination. Okay. All it is literally you either do equation 1 plus equation 2 or equation 1 minus equation 2. Those are the two options you do. So let me show you what I mean. 1, 2. First, you need to identify a variable with the same coefficient, 3 and 3, for example. So then we need to get rid of this variable by either adding or subtracting both the equations, okay? I know that if I do negative 3y plus a positive 3y, pretty much, negative 3y, that will equal to 0, so they'll cancel out, right? So pretty much if the signs are different, you need to add, okay? So let's do it. So what I'm going to do, take this whole equation, add both the equations together like so. Add both the equations. So 4x plus 7x is 11x. Now look what happens. Negative 3y plus positive 3y is 0. So I got rid of one of the variables already. And also I need to add the whole numbers. So 12 plus 21 is 33. So pretty much all I'm left with is 11x is equal to 33. X is equal to 3. Again, half the job done. We still need to find y, okay? Now you have an option. You can either sub it into the first equation or the second equation. It does not matter. Okay, either way, you'll get the correct value of x. So you just pick the easiest equation you want to sub x into. So let's say I want to sub into the top one. So I'm going to replace that x with 3. So I'm going to have 4 multiplied by 3 minus 3y is equal to 12. So in other words, 12 minus 3y is equal to 12. Interesting. This is a bit interesting, this question, because look what's happened. 12 minus 12. So if I take negative 3y is equal to 12 minus 12. Now what is 12 minus 12? 12 minus 12 is 0. So negative 3y is equal to 0. Y is equal to, what happens? What's 0? I need to divide both sides by negative 3. Negative 3, y is equal to 0. And that might seem like it's the wrong answer, but it's perfectly fine, right? That is an acceptable answer. Y can be 0. 0 is still a number. Okay? So basically the basic method of this question is you're either adding or subtracting to get rid of one of the variables, to either get rid of x or y. Okay, we'll do a couple more questions so you understand completely. Okay, so in this question, which variable we need to get rid of? Well, I can see 7 and 7 are the same number. So I'll be getting rid of the 7, the x variable. Okay, next, so first label. Now what do you need to do? Ask yourself, do you need to add the equations or subtract the equations? So if you have 7x plus 7x, what happens if you add them? You get 14x. That did not get rid of it. But instead, if you do 7x minus 7x, that's 0. So then what we need to do is subtract. So equation 1 minus equation 2. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So make sure you wrap it in brackets. And minus. Brackets are important because you have to think of the equation as a whole. So 7x minus 7x is 0. Now what is 2y? You can't just add these together because it's not 6y. That's why I put the brackets. You should be thinking of it as 2y minus, because of the minus sign, 4y, which is negative 2y. Okay, so over here it's negative 2y is equal to, again, same logic, negative 6 minus 2. What's negative 6 minus 2 is negative 8. Okay, so make sure, that's why I put brackets and the negative sign. So divide both sides by negative 2, divide by negative 2, y is equal to 4. That's it. No, it's not it. We need to find x. So again, you have a choice. We can pick equation 1 or 2. You can sub y into either way, you'll get the same answer. In fact, have a go. Sub it into both equations and see if you get the same answer. So I'll pick probably equation number 1. Seems like an easy equation to do. So I know it's 7x plus 2, and instead of y, I'm going to replace it with 4 is equal to negative 6. From here, it's easy, just solve. 7x plus 8, negative 6. 7x is negative 6 minus 8 is negative 14. Okay, and x is equal to negative 2. Boom, that's it. Simple as that, guys. Okay, so have a go. I have a couple of questions here for you. So using that method of elimination, why don't you pause the video and have a go. Okay, these are the answers. I hope you understood. You'll notice this second question was a little bit weird, right? You had both x and y are the same thing. Can that happen? Well, let's go through it and let's see if that happens, okay? So I'm just going to do this question again down here. Okay, so which variable did you get rid of? Well, you had to get rid of the y variable. Why? Because it had the same number. So what we're going to do, take this, and what do you guys do? Do you add or subtract? Well, 4y plus 4y is 8y. Nope, didn't get rid of it. 4y minus 4y is equal to 0. So, well, we need to subtract. Minus. Okay, 3x minus 2x is x. 4y minus 4y is 0. So, x plus 0 pretty much. So, 7 minus 6 is also 1. So, this one's nice and easy. X is equal to 1. Okay, sub it into either equation. I'm going to pick equation number 1. So, 3, instead of x, I'm going to put 1 plus 4y is equal to 7. So 3 plus 4y is 7. Subtract, take 3 to the other side. 4y is equal to 4. Y is equal to 1. Yeah. In this case, we can technically, therefore, we can say x is equal to y because they mean the same thing. Perfectly fine. Thing that can happen. In fact, a lot of questions, a lot of examiners will try and trick you. Give you the same value of x and y and kind of make you go, oh, is that wrong? Did I get it right? But don't be tricked. If you did the math correctly, that should be okay. All right. Let's move on. So next set of questions, this is a bit more interesting. We have to use elimination for this. We can't use substitution, okay? So what we're going to do is, we have to pick a variable first. So let's say I'm trying to make my y's equal, okay? Then, so we have equation 1, equation 2. Then I need to multiply either equation by a certain number, whatever the number may be, to make the number in front of the y same. Okay, let me show you what I mean. If I multiply the second equation by 2, let's see what happens. So, I'm going to have 2 times 3x is 6x. 2 times negative y is negative 2y is equal to 10. So, all I did, took the bottom equation, multiply every single term by 2. Okay? And then let me just put that under the first equation. X plus 2y is equal to 4. Right? Look what's happened now. If I multiply the bottom equation by 2, now my numbers match. From here, it's the exact same question what we've been doing before for elimination. So, should I add or subtract the equation? Let's see. 2y plus negative 2y. Well, that's 0. So I need to add. Okay, but let me show you the other way around. 2y minus negative 2y is actually 4y. Right? So we don't want to minus. We want to add. So we add. I'm sure you guys can got it from here. So why don't you have a go? Pause the video if you want and have a go. I'll keep going. 7x. 2y minus 2y is going to be 0. Is equal to 4 plus 10 is 14. 7x is 14, x is equal to 2. Simple. Sub it into, I think the first equation is easier to sub it into, so let's do that one. 2, so I replace x with 2 into the first equation, plus 2y is equal to 4. 2y subtract is 2, y is equal to 1. Okay, I'm going a bit fast. I'm increasing the pace of this now, so I hope you're getting used to it. If not, go back, do more questions. Trust me, you will get used to it. Just you need to practice, that's all. Okay, so what we learned in this question was multiply the equation. Let's keep going. So this one's a bit more interesting now, right? I can't multiply either equation by a certain number to make the numbers match up. For example, I can't multiply this by 2. Then let's see what happens. If I multiply it by 2, I'm going to get 10x plus 6y is equal to 22. It still doesn't match up. No numbers match up to the top equation, right? So this one's a bit special. What you're going to do is pick the variable with the smallest possible numbers first, okay? So y is the variable with the lowest possible number, which is 2 and 3, okay? Then all you're going to do, take the top number multiplied by the bottom number, which is 3. So I meant to say take the top equation and multiply by the bottom number, which is 3. And then take the bottom equation and multiply by the top number, which is 2. Okay, let's see what happens if we do this. So top equation, so equation number 1, if I multiply, I'm going to get 9x plus 6y is equal to 18. That's the top equation. And the bottom equation is 10x plus 6y is equal to 22. Okay, look what's happened, guys. We made it equal. And I want you guys, once you pause the video and from here, it's the same method, solve it. Solve this question, okay? And I'll give you the answers. We'll do it together. So next, because it's both positive, we need to subtract to get rid of the y. 9x minus 10x is actually negative x plus 0. 18 minus 22 is negative 4. Okay, so then x is equal to 4 if you solve that. Next, you don't have to sub it into either of these equations. You can sub x equals 4 into one of the original equations. So I'm going to sub x equals 4 into let's say I'm going to pick, what's the easiest equation? First one, 3x plus 2y is equal to 6. So I'll sub x equals 4 into the first equation, equation number 1. So I have 3 multiplied by 4 plus 2y is equal to 6. 12 plus 2y equals 6. 2y negative 6, y negative 3. So your two answers, x is 4, y is negative 3. Okay, let's keep going. Again, this question, right? So pick the variable with the lowest possible number. In this case, I would pick, for example, I would pick the x this time because they're the smaller numbers. So what I would do, take the top equation, multiply by the number in front of the x at the bottom, which is 4. So multiply by 4. Take the bottom equation and multiply by the top number, which is 6. Multiply by 6. Okay? Now, there's a shortcut to this. There's another way you can do this question, but I'll show you that to you in a second. So, 6. So let's multiply the top by 4. So you get 24x minus 28y is equal to 46. And at the bottom, 24x plus 24y is equal to, oh, that's a big number, 56, 100, negative 102. Okay, so these are big numbers, guys. So, of course, we got the same variable, but, you know, maybe there's a better way to do this. And I'll show you what the better way is. Okay, so let's cancel all this for a second. Now, pretty much we identified that the two numbers we need to make the same are 6 and 4, right? Pretty much we need to make the 6 and 4 to make the variable same, make x same. So, what we're going to do is find the lowest common multiple between 6 and 4. What's the lowest common multiple between 6 and 4? So remember 6, the multiples of 6 are 1, 6, 12, 18, 24, and so on. Multiples of 4 were 1, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Okay, what's the lowest common multiple, guys? I can see what's common. 12. 12 is the lowest common multiple, right? So the LCM, the lowest common multiple, is equal to 12. Now, once you find the LCM, guys, what you can do is identify what you need to multiply each equation by. I know that if I do 6 times 2 will give me 12, then that means I need to take the top equation and multiply by 2. And I know that 4 times 3 will give me 12, so I take the bottom equation and multiply by 3. Okay, so let's see what happens if I expand these equations now. So I'll leave this on the side for you guys. Let's see what happens. So the top equation times 2 is 12x minus 14y is equal to 46. Much nicer numbers than last time. And the bottom equation, 12x plus 12y, if I expand, so I'm expanding like this, remember, each term gets multiplied, is equal to times 3, so 56, 28, negative 84. Still kind of annoying numbers, but it's much nicer than last time. Much nicer. Okay, so you can see what happened. We have 12x and 12x at the same time. So pretty much identify the lowest common multiple and find out what you need to multiply by to get to that lowest common multiple. Okay, hope that makes sense. So from here, it's the same question what we've always been doing. And we need to add or subtract. Well, 12x minus 12x will give me 0. So we have to minus 0. Negative 14y minus 12y is negative 26y. 46 minus 84. Remember guys, if you do 46 minus negative 84, remember that's what we're doing. That means it's 46 plus 84, which is 130. Oof, these are big numbers, guys. Okay, so 130. So what do you think we should do here? Well, we need to divide both the numbers. So divide both sides by 26. Divide by 26. Okay, if you got a big number like this, don't worry, you can do it step by step. So divide the top and bottom by 2, because 2 is a common factor. 2 goes into the top 75 times. 2 goes into the bottom 13 times. Okay, so again, these are harsh numbers, but we can do it. Let's keep going. Can we simplify that, guys? What do you think? 13 going to 75, 13 times 2, 26, 13 times 3 is 39, times 4 is 52, times... Oh, I made a mistake. I'm sorry, guys. This should be 65. 130 divided by 2 is 65. So then, yeah, that makes sense. That's why I was kind of struggling a bit, right? So make sure, go back, and if you make a mistake, make sure you can find it. So 65 divided by 13 is easy, is 5. There you go. I made the mistake. That's okay. Happens. So we have y is equal to 5. Then don't sub it into these complicated equations because remember we multiplied them, so they're bigger. Sub it into one of the top equations. So I'll sub it into probably equation number 1, the first one. 6x minus 7y is equal to 23. I'll sub it into. So 6x minus 7 multiplied by 5, 23. 6x minus 35, 23. Add 35 is 23 plus 35 is 58. Okay, and then x, 60, 20, 35 plus 23 is 58, and then so you have 58 over 6. If you can't do that in your head, then what you should do, again, same thing, divide top and bottom by 2. 2 goes into 58 29 times over 3, which is 7. No, it's not. Does that happen? No, we can't simplify that, guys. So you got a fraction. You have a fraction answer this time. Okay? So I don't look at these questions beforehand. I do them with you guys. So, you can see how I'm thinking. Even if I make any mistakes, how I recover from this mistake. I want you guys to see the entire process behind how I do these questions. So, like I said, this question, yes, I wrote the question down, but I have no clue what the answer is. So I'm doing these questions with you guys, right? So I am going to make mistakes. But I want you guys to understand how I'm recovering from these mistakes, going back and thinking, oh look, 130 divided by 2 is not 75, you idiot. It's 65. Go back, fix it. Okay, so that's how I found out. Right, that's the whole process you guys need to understand for this whole course. Okay, I hope you guys understood. So if you don't understand the question, go back, watch it again a couple of times. It will start to kick in, okay? And then we'll do a couple of practice questions. I'll give you a quiz. Okay, so I hope you understood. Good luck. I'll see you soon.